Was geht ab, meine Damen und Herren? Ich wünsche euch allen einen schönen und entspannenden Samstag. Ich hoffe, euch geht's ganz gut. And today I have something a little bit lighter, just some celebrity fodder. I'm trying to sort of diversify the topics a little bit. And I might have just happened to notice that my videos on celebrities tend to do better in terms of views. So this decision is not complete happenstance. But yeah, let's jump right into it. Mit einem Artikel über die Königsfamilie. Oh, und zwar Herzogin Meghan. Let's read. Herzogin Meghan, jetzt teilt sie erneut gegen die königliche Familie aus. Duchess Meghan is now taking another swipe at the royal family. What's going on here? Herzogin Meghan nutzt ihren neuen Podcast für eine weitere Abrechnung mit den Royals. Doch dabei wird klar, sie ist eine egotistische Drama Queen. Duchess Meghan uses her new podcast as yet another form of revenge against the royals. Yet in doing so, it's clear that she's an egotistical drama queen. They are packing a full punch here. Kann diese Frau eigentlich jemals aufhören, sich zu beschweren und herumzujammern? Mit rund 18 Monaten Verspätung erschien jetzt die erste Folge von Meghan's mit Spannung erwartetem Spotify-Podcast Archetypes. Dafür hatte sie sich extra eine ihrer wenigen BFFs eingeladen. Tennis-Ikone Serena Williams. It says, can this woman ever actually stop complaining and whining? Wow. After a roughly 18-month delay, the first episode of Meghan's hotly anticipated Spotify podcast Archetypes has now been released. And she specifically invited one of her few BFFs to be on the show, tennis icon Serena Williams. Didn't know they were friends. But I suppose when you're the Duchess of Sussex, everyone's kind of your friend. At least they present themselves as such because it's opportunistic for them. But anyways, that's for a whole nother video. But yeah, they really dragged that podcast out. I mean, I think that was intentional to some degree to boost the ratings, but what do I know? Jetzt packt Meghan aus. Now, Meghan is spilling the tea. Now, for those of you who think I'm taking liberties with that interpretation, I just want to confirm that that is one of the actual translations that was generated from my go-to site. Actually, I'll show you here. Über jemandem etwas auspacken. See, to spill the tea on someone. I didn't make that up, folks. By the way, this site is absolutely amazing. It is by far one of my favorite sites, specifically for German. It's called dict.cc. They have a lot of good information, accurate information that is certified by independent users. I know sometimes sites like this fall short when it comes to meaning and delivering accurate translations, but I've been using this site for years, even back when I was doing my translation degree. Also, ich kann es nur empfehlen. They're not a sponsor. I'm not getting paid for this, although this is good practice for my upcoming sponsorships, which I know are coming down the pike. So, if you need a product advertised, my business email is in my channel description. Doch statt eines wirklich tiefgründigen Gesprächs oder interessanter Anekdoten über ihr Leben mit Prinz Harry und den Kids in den USA kannte Meghan mal wieder nur ein Thema: Rache am britischen Königshaus. So berichtete Drama Queen Meghan über einen Vorfall während einer royalen Südafrika-Reise 2019. Während ihrer Termine sei Söhnchen Archie, damals 4 Monate alt, bei einer Nanny in der Residenz des Royal-Paares geblieben. It says, yet instead of truly deep conversations or interesting stories about her life with Prince Harry and the kids in the USA, once again Meghan has only one theme in mind: revenge against the British royal family. Here's how drama queen Meghan reported an incident during a royal trip to South Africa in 2019. During her engagements, little son Archie, who was 4 months old at the time, was staying with a nanny in the royal couple's residence. Und wegen einer defekten Heizung sei plötzlich Feuer im Kinderzimmer ausgebrochen. Archie sei zwar gar nicht in den Zimmer gewesen, das ist ja wichtig. Er war nicht in den Zimmer gewesen, trotzdem sei der Vorfall ein riesiger Schock gewesen. Soweit so verständlich. Doch jetzt klagte Meghan in ihrem Podcast mal wieder die Royals an, weil sie ihren Sohn nach dem Vorfall nicht direkt sehen durfte, sondern weitere Termine wahrnehmen musste. We have a quote from Miss Meghan. Quote, alle sind in Tränen aufgelöst, alle sind erschüttert. Und was mussten wir tun? Rausgehen und einen weiteren offiziellen Termin besuchen. Und ich sagte, das macht keinen Sinn. Kannst du den Leuten einfach erzählen, was passiert ist? Konnte ihr toller Harry anscheinend nicht, aber es ist völlig klar, dass nur die böse Royal Family Schuld hat. So, they are going off in this article. It says, due to a defective heater, suddenly a fire broke out in the child's bedroom. Although Archie had not been in the room at all, the incident was a huge shock nonetheless. So far, understandable. I completely agree. However, she's now blasting them. She's now blasting the royals once again on her podcast due to the fact that she allegedly wasn't allowed to see her son immediately after the incident, but instead had to attend more engagements. She says, quote, everyone's in tears, everyone is shaken, and what did we have to do? Go out and do another official engagement. I said this doesn't make any sense. Can't you just tell people what happened? It goes on, apparently her wonderful Harry couldn't do this, but it's crystal clear that the evil royal family is the only one to blame. Yikes. Lastly, it says, es sollte nicht die einzige Attacke Meghan's bleiben. Unter anderem betonte sie erneut, wie sehr sie hinter quote, verschlossenen Türen gelitten habe und dass den Royals ihr Ehrgeiz ein Dorn im Auge war. Another quote. Ich kann mich nicht daran erinnern, dass ich das Wort ehrgeizig negativ fand, bis ich meinen Mann kennenlernte. Offensichtlich ist Ehrgeiz eine schreckliche Sache für eine Frau, zumindest wenn man auf manche Leute hört. Klar, wen sie mit manche Leute meint, und auch, dass sie Ehrgeiz mit schlimmen Ego-Anfällen verwechselt. Selbst über ihre Schwangerschaft kann sie nur meckern. She says, quote, ich watschelte einfach nur rum und war so müde. Oh mein Gott, oh mein Gott. Eins ist klar, die Jammershow ist noch lange nicht zu Ende. So, to wrap things up here, it says, this wasn't Meghan's only attack. Among other things, she stresses yet again how heavily she suffered behind, quote, closed doors, and how her ambition was a thorn in the side of the royals. She says, quote, I don't ever remember personally feeling the negative connotation behind the word ambitious until I started dating my now husband. And apparently ambition is a terrible, terrible thing for a woman, that is, according to some. It's clear who she means by some, the article says. And also the fact that she conflates ambition with ego trips, Ego-Anfällen, literally ego seizures. And all she does is gripe even about her pregnancy. She says, quote, I just waddled around and I was so tired. Oh my God. You mean like every other pregnant woman since the beginning of human life? Just clarifying. It says, the pity party is far from over. Die Jammershow ist noch lange nicht zu Ende. Yikes. So what do you guys think about all of this? I know this is groundbreaking news. I honestly could care less about these people. I find it so interesting that, well, I guess interesting is not the best word, more like sad, that these celebrity drama websites have like entire sections devoted to the royals and entire sections of their news outlet just dedicated to reporting on Meghan and Harry. Like, who is really that invested in these people? And more importantly, why? You know, obviously people like to live vicariously through Meghan. I mean, she's beautiful. She's a wealthy duchess, you know. Some people might buy into her whole victim narrative. You know, she certainly never lets up on that. And listen, as far as this whole Feuer thing goes, I completely understand how that would rattle a person, especially as a parent, you know, knowing that there was, knowing that there was a sudden fire in your house where your young child is staying. Yeah, I'd probably be rattled too. But here's the thing. The kid wasn't even in the room. He wasn't even in the room. And as far as I can tell, nobody was injured as a result of this fire. So, I mean, other than maybe, you know, the kid being a little scared by the situation, you know, they weren't hurt at all. They were never in any real danger based on what's reported here. You know, I haven't really read any other articles about this. I don't think this is really the kind of story that warrants, you know, a super extensive background research. You know, but based on the facts laid out here, you know, I don't see why this event would warrant you, as the Duchess of Sussex, to drop everything and just run home to see your son. You have responsibilities, you have engagements to attend, people are depending on you, and this is just what you signed up for at the end of the day. And again, if the child was in fact harmed, yes, I believe in that case you should have every right to just drop everything and go see them and tend to them and make sure they're okay. But I think she's, you know, over-exaggerating when she says things like, you know, can't you just tell people what happened? Tell them what? That there was a fire in one room of your house where nobody was injured? Does that really warrant a press release, Meghan? I mean, obviously the tabloids and these celebrity news outlets, you know, want to hear about this. They're going to eat that crap right up. And they're going to waste no time profiting off it. But I just, like many other things that Meghan says, I just feel like this was incredibly overblown. And again, just reinforces her whole victim narrative. Was sagt ihr dazu? Ich würde gerne Ihre Meinungen hören. Glaubt ihr, dass Meghan hier das Opfer spielt? Oder glaubt ihr eher, dass sie recht hat? Schreibt mir mal unten in die Kommentare und ich werde euch im nächsten Video wiedersehen. Tschüss.